Hey everyone, it's Tuesday on Awesomely Ashley, and today for this video we're going to do the 90s tag, so you can learn a little bit more about my childhood. So, I have the questions up here on my cell phone. I hope y'all enjoy my channel. Okay, so question 1. Favorite TV show? My favorite TV shows from the 90s were, I really enjoyed Rugrats. I would always get really excited. Me and my little sister, I have 2 sisters actually. I have one that's 17 and a senior in high school, and one that's 6 and she just started kindergarten. Yes, I have elephants on my wall. Those are my favorite animals. My shirt says no, and I don't know if you can see this part, but it says no way. Cause no way am I having this. No. So, yeah, but I really loved Rugrats. I enjoyed watching that with my 17-year-old sister. We're 3.5 years apart. I'm 21, she's 17, so yeah, almost 4 years apart. And I enjoyed Cat Dog, and I enjoyed Doug, and Full House and all that. I mean, I didn't totally get into Full House until I was like 8, but it was still, no, I was probably like, it's probably more 6 or 7, but it was still on television that time. But that wasn't the 90s, that was the early 2000s. But, yeah, I was more of a Rugrats kid, and that was most of the 90s I watched. And I did watch a little bit of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but that was only because my mom was into it, and so she had it on the television. I can remember a bunch of shows that I watched, but I don't think they were really 90s. I remember the Wild Thornberrys, if you remember that. That wasn't really 90s, or I don't think I watched Totally Spies. Pretty sure that was a 90s show. Okay, well, moving on. Favorite toy. My favorite toy from the 90s was Beanie Babies. I love the Beanie Babies, and my favorite one was a rat. I have no idea why, because I'm terrified of rats, terrified of any rodents, but my favorite was the little rat. And, speaking of childhood favorite toys, I'll be right back. Now, by the time when I post this, it's going to be Christmas Eve or Christmas. I'm not sure which day I'm going to post this. Probably Christmas Eve, because Christmas Day I'm quite busy. But this is a mouse. It's my Christmas mouse. And I've had this thing since I was a little kid. And I would always get so excited to, when my mom would bring all the big giant trash bags full of Christmas, big giant trash bags full of Christmas, bears. And this was my favorite. And I actually remember the name of it. This is Tiny Tim. I have no idea why I named it that, but that's just the name I give it. I have always called it Tiny Tim. Mostly called it Tiny, but, its official name was Tiny Tim. So, but the 90s toy that I was really big on, I guess I had this since the 90s, so I can consider this a 90s toy, because it was probably bought for me in the 90s. But a 90s toy that everyone would know of is the Beanie Babies, so that I was really into. Now, the favorite commercial was, I was really into the Baby Borrow Pop commercials, if anyone remembers that. And they got more those commercials got more popular in the 2000s. I was born in 94, so I was really little that I didn't really pay attention to most of the commercials. So I'm going to just say the Baby Bottle Pops because that's the only commercial I really remember from that. Now, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? I was an NSYNC fan only because I was in love with Justin Timberlake. I did listen to Backstreet Boys and I loved them a lot, but for me it was NSYNC because of Justin Timberlake. And I'm still a huge JT fan, so. Weirdest fashion trend. I had this yellow dress that my mom put me in when I was born. And that was pretty hideous and weird. I used to wear these jeans and they would flare at the bottom. And I don't know why I did that. I used to shop at Limited too. I had a weird fashion sense. It was all like multicolor, bright colors. Favorite collectible. Okay, my favorite collectible were the Beanie Babies. Also, if you remember, from the little gas stations, I don't know if I was the only one who did this, but from the gas stations, they had these little cars that I remember. I had a few of them. My dad would get them every now and then when we went to the gas station. My favorite Beanie Baby, like I said earlier in the video, my favorite Beanie Baby was probably the rat, or the bunny. I was really into the bunny because my grandma used to tell bunny stories, so that's where that stemmed from. Large for kid. I went through about probably 18 Tamagotchis. I went through a lot. See, I had these, when I had Tamagotchis, they would die. Not the toy itself, but the little Tamagotchi character would die a lot. Because I would forget to bring it to school with me. And so it'd be dead by the time I get home. Why it died so quickly, I have no idea. Probably because they wanted to sell a lot. But I was so excited when it was like the early 2000s, they came out with the ones where the little Tamagotchi characters have a family. And I was so excited. I got that and I loved it. I just fell in love with it. Favorite game console. I didn't really play any game consoles in the 90s, but because I was so young, probably Game Boy. I had the very first, not the very first Game Boy, I think it was the very first. It was my dad's, and he let me use it. The time when we had it was a golf game, but he got me Pac-Man. And it was like this long purple thing. And so that was pretty cool. Favorite Disney Channel original movie. I liked Model Behavior. Because that had Justin Timberlake in it. So, I was in love with that. Halloween Town, I'm not sure if that came out in the 90s, but, so I really liked that. Mostly Model Behavior. And do you guys remember that movie? I think it was early 2000s. It was one of my favorite. Where there's a group of, and they were Latino. Not sure if they're Mexican, I don't know. But they went to this high school, and they wanted to be cheerleaders / dancers, and I think it was like Gotta Kick It Up or something like that. The chick who was in America Ferrera, who was in Sister of the Traveling Pants, was in that movie, and also the mom from Happy Land, if you watch that show on MTV. That was a good movie. Favorite music artist. I really liked Play and Dream Street. And now on Dream Street. I really like Dream Street because Jesse McCartney. He was my favorite. Loved him. He's got my beautiful soul. Anyways, loved him. But Play and 18 Upside Down. Yeah. Anyways, I just really, mostly I listened to NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Play, Dream Street, 18. Those. I was into more of the kid type music, Disney. Favorite Nick Jr. 2 show. I really liked Blue's Clues, which now I think is a really weird show. But I really like Blue's Clues and Dora and Franklin and the Berenstain Bears show and the that other show with the Keenan and Kel show and all that. My favorite candy was probably Baby Bottle Pops, Push Pops, the Jolly Ranchers, which are still popular now, but I remember having those in the 90's, and just all the standard candy. It was out back then, but some of the candy wasn't as popular as it is now. We eat more candy now. It's become more popular, they've added it in. They've made it a big deal with all the holidays, Valentine's Day and Christmas, everyone's gonna have the Christmas red and green M&Ms, Favorite board game. I really loved, I think it was called Dream Call. I don't know, it was that one game where you had the pink phone, and you would call, I think it was called Dream Phone, and you would pick up the phone and it would tell you your boyfriend, or it would give you clues about your boyfriend. You would try to figure out who it was. Monopoly was a good one. Now, there was a game from my dad's childhood, which was similar to Monopoly, where you got to buy characters from movies, or got to buy like Frankenstein, you can buy Dracula, all these different characters. It was like, I'm thinking, when my dad was a kid, and my dad was born in the 60s. He was born in 68, I think. I don't know, he was born in the late 60s, so he's not that old. He was born in the late 60s. So, it was around when he was a kid, so I think it came out in the 70s. I'm not exactly sure, but it was just like Monopoly, so. I used to play that with my grandma every time we'd go see her. Favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toys. I love the little keychain Beanie Babies. That was my favorite. The microphones they had. I wasn't really too fond of the toys because they were kind of lame when I was a kid. They still kind of are lame now. And if they made the toys better, more people would probably buy them. So, I guess maybe it's kind of a good thing. McDonald's toys are lame. But somehow kids still are into them. Now I've got 3 more questions. Favorite book. I love The Magic Tree House, The Dreamy Jones. Those were probably 2000 book. Those were probably more than like 2000s. I mean, I didn't really read a whole lot when I was in the 90's because, when 2000s hit, I was just turning 5. I was almost 5, so I didn't really read. But, so those are the books I really read. I don't really remember a whole lot from that my parents read to me. I do remember this one book that my grandma read to me. And it was this girl. And she got really sick. This little girl. And she, got rainbow stripes all over her. And that was her rash. And it was the weirdest thing ever. But that's what I remember from my grandparents reading me. Favorite clothing store. I liked Limited Too a lot. It changed into Justice. I don't know if Limited Too just ended and no longer was a store, and then Justice suddenly became a store, or if Justice bought out Limited Too, but all of a sudden, Limited Too just left, and Justice became a store. So, Justice is similar, but they have better clothes. Last question. So I think I said this earlier in the video, but what I would watch when I would come home from school is I would watch Rugrats. Me and my sister would run to the television and we watch Rugrats. I was really into Tommy, and my little sister was into Chucky. And we would love watching those shows. Okay, so I hope you liked my 90's tag video. If you could leave a comment down, if you could like it and subscribe to my video, and leave a comment down below on any ways, like any advice on how I can improve my videos, any ways I can make them better. I'm saving up money to get a better camera, so I'm sorry if this isn't the best quality, but I'm going to do better. And also I want to apologize for not doing Vlogmas as much. It's been a stressful month, you know. Had finals and stuff. I'm going to start vlogging. You may not get a vlog every single day. What I may do is vlog my entire week and put in like little clips, long little clips during each day, and then make one video on Sundays. But if I do something really exciting one day, I may vlog the entire day and upload that for you the next day. So I not exactly sure. I'll try to do Vlogmas better next December. So I'm sorry if you're upset by that. Also, I would like you to just subscribe and leave a comment telling me how you think I can improve. And also, if you could follow me on all my social media links, I'm going to put my Twitter, my Instagram, my Snapchat down below. If you'd like to follow me. So, hope everyone has a nice holiday, and thank you for watching my video.